Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It's a little dark, but the lights were kind of reflecting from the mirror. Either way. So I want to do a comparison of 3 fragrances. I was hoping to find the note that I don't like. I was hoping because they're so similar, there's going to be one note constantly repetitive and I'll be like, aha! Didn't happen. Dang it. But let's begin. So these are Middle Eastern fragrances. Oud, okay? I didn't know that oud can be like this. Man, oud can be so many things. Like we know, a rose can be so many things. So why wouldn't oud? So let's begin. By the way, before I start, so I did review the final review in Swiss Arabia. I cannot recommend that kit enough. Even this that I'm just gonna go over, and another one that is I'm not a big fan. It's getting warmer where I live, and suddenly they're less obnoxious. I assumed that the deeper the fragrance, our association, something very deep and woodsy and yada yada yada, it's very comparable for colder weather. And as every time I was thinking that or saying that, I know that Middle East is not, this is not where you get your cold winters. Obviously, there's areas, yes, mountains and all. But generally speaking, Middle East is a very warm, hot, even dry climate. I should know, I live there. So I was like, well, I mean, they're using these fragrances in that climate. So even though my association with very deep, smoky, rose, amber ouds are for winter and fall, I know that they use them also during very hot weather. And maybe they're right to do so because for some reason more floral notes are starting to open up with those fragrances. Not that I'm starting to love them. No, but I'm like, oh, you're not as bad. But let's begin. Let's get in there. Okay, so first one, Oud Maknoon from Swiss Arabia. The notes. I have my little pen here in case I'm going to find that note. Top pepper. Middle rose. In the base we have oud, amber, and musk. You would think it's a rose oud fragrance. No. There's something like, I don't smell rose at all. Like, forget about the rose. It's a word, it's not a note. It's like a weird green soapy oud. Something, it's that green fresh but oud but soap. I don't know. Not my favorite. But from these 3 that I'm gonna go through, not the worst. Let me think. Maybe a man can pull this off better. I mean, I definitely can see this during the day on a Middle Eastern man, and it will smell good and fresh and oody and Middle Eastern. For my brain, it's a disconnect. Then the first one from this series that I purchased is by Rihanna. Okay, it's this bottle. Rayanat Al Oud. What do we have here? So I'm going to read you the notes and you're going to be like, oh my God, it sounds amazing. Polly, what do you mean you don't like it? Well, this is why I bought this. Listen to the notes. At the top, we got plum. Delish, right? Ginger. I love me some ginger, some spice and strawberry. I'm like, ooh. So we got sugary, fruity sweet with some ginger in there. I'm like, so far, so good. In the heart, heliotrope, orchid, and cacao absolute. Depth, orchid, cacao with the strawberry and the plum, right? You're like, wow, wow. It's like deep and yummy. Base, we got coffee. Coffee, cacao, orchid, plum. Yes, give me more. Musk, patchouli, amber. Nailed it, right? No oud noted, but you don't need oud because you have the amber. So a lot of times you don't actually even need an oud for the fragrance to smell like oud. What do we have here? What do we have here? So, story behind this thing. This is a fragrance that I would not recommend. Not because it's bad, because it is extremely not friendly. It is very difficult. Very freaking difficult. It's mean. It's mean. When I got this, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll spray the toilet with it. Yeah. Nasty. I found it to be nasty. Absolutely nasty toilet cleaner. I was like, oh my God, obnoxious. But I'll tell you what, performance, fantastic. Lasts for like 20 bloody hours. Not a great thing when you don't find the fragrance to be pleasant. But after like 2, 3 hours, I noticed there's something floral, there's something good hiding, like peeking, really hiding, but it's there. It's like, I know you're there. Creep the hell out. But it wouldn't. It wouldn't. With time, my nose adapted and I don't find it to be repulsive anymore. Nor do I want to clean my bathroom with it. There's something green, cleaning, sharp, smoky, just not bitter, like not good, not pleasant. I became accustomed to it. But listen, your nose can get used to anything, good or bad. So some, it falls into you have to, educate your nose, and get used to different fragrances and different cultures and different notes and different. Listen, at the end of the day, as a human being, you're very flexible. You will get used to anything. And your nose also will get used to anything. It can be toxins. You will get used to it. People work with cadavers. They get used to it. So, is it my nose being educated, or is it just my nose being a human organ that just, adapts? I don't know. Now, I'm not saying this smells like a cadaver. No, no, no. No, no, no. Now, I will say this. In Arizona right now, temperature is rising. We're like in the 80s. And I will tell you, this does not smell as horrible as it did in the beginning. Do I want to cover myself in this? No. But I also adapted to it, so we'll say that. It's not horrible, but man, I would not recommend this blind buying at all. God forbid. This is not like, well, maybe. No, do not dare. If you find this, you're like, oh, it's a cute bottle. Oh my God, all these fun notes. Don't. Do not. Don't do that to yourself. No, if you want, I will say, scent-wise, Oud Maknoon is going to be probably a little bit better. Yeah, they're very similar. They're very similar. Now, the last one is, honestly, if you already want to try something in this family, or you're looking at, and you're like, well, what else? So go for this one, the next one. This is Hamidi Oud. This is the water fragrance by Hamidi. Got it on Amazon, $20. Not worst case scenario. So rare argan wood from the forest of Assam. What do we have? In the top, we have pepper, just like the Oud Maknoon, and leather. Again, the notes are really getting me. And then, that's what I don't like notes. It's like a list of ingredients. But you know how many foods have the same ingredients, yet they taste completely different? Completely? Well, same thing with fragrances. Reading a note as sad as it is to say, is zero indication to what you're gonna get. You know how many fragrances I want to buy because they're leather, and then I smell them, I'm like, where the bloody hell is the leather? It's somewhere in the background. I don't want a background. I want leather. Either way, pepper and leather in the top. In the middle, we got rose. Can't find it. It could be like the green stuff of the rose, but not the actual rose. And in the bottom, we got musk, amber, and agarwood. So, what do we have here? Honestly, from all of these, I would say this. This is the safer blind buy. And it's a lot softer. It's softer. I will say the Oud Maknoon, first of all, performance is great. You know what? I would say Oud Maknoon is better because it's changing. It's changing from what they are. So as it's coming, so it's coming now. Okay, so 3 hours later, okay, the dry down, I get definitely more of amber. Amber, and all the rest is just kind of like, the ambiance. But it became just all the greenery went away, the pepper went away, the rose went away. It's more like the amber and musk. And the oud, and the oud is much softer. So I would say for the long run would be this, but straight up, I would say this one, just because it's. I wish there was more leather to this guy. It's just softer, not as aggressive. That yucky green sharpness, whatever it is among these three, I don't know. But it goes down. So with this one, it's the cacao and the coffee. I'm not a big cacao in my fragrances. I don't like, because it's just bitter. Bloody hell. And I love bitter, but I like a fresh bitter, not dark black bitter burned. Not a fan. And that with the musk and all the, I mean, I think this one, as heavy and aggressive as this fragrance is, I do think it will be the best in the summer in the heat, because I think this needs high temperatures to open all those notes. If not, it's like suffocated and it's constipated. I call it constipation when sorry, when the fragrance didn't fully open. So you have all these notes, but only 2 or 3 are opening up, and the rest are like kind of like trying, but they're not. So I call it like a constipated fragrance. So I find that this one probably is just constipated during the winter. I mean, I'm not judging, but I think it's the summer is going to be better, because right now I'm smelling it and there's more notes opening up. I ain't saying it's amazing, but I'm happy to hear more than just what it was. You should have seen my face when I smelled the first time. I'm like, people sat, put like, dropped a whole bunch of random stuff in a little vial, shook it, be like, yeah, great, let's have people smell like that. I'm like, who in their right mind? I would still skip, but I think it's more for warm weather. In case you have this and you're like, I know what she's saying, maybe we'll have better luck in the summer. Just saying, babe, just saying. But this one is similar. It's just much softer. Well, not that much softer, but just maybe because it's water. And with me, what is left at the end with this guy is the oud. The oud here is not. Yeah, it ain't weak. Yeah, it's not weak at all. I'm not changing my mind about this one. This is a hail to the no blind buy. No, don't do it. No. This is a safer blind buy. Kind of broke here. Also, honestly, because it's $20. Okay, and it's water-based. So it's not a beast, but it does last like easily 8 hours. Easily. So don't, it's not nobody's fool. But the Oud Macnoon in the warm temperatures is really good. The dry down, the long dry down, hours later, okay? Hours later, it's one of those amber and rose, and it's a nice amber. Has a little sweetness, has a little warmth, a little bit of the oud, but it's like a very nice, you want to pet the oud. It's not like, yeah. Okay. Oud McNoon, you're the winner. So I'm just going live here, I'm just freestyling. So I really, yeah, wow. I thought I'm gonna be like, okay, listen. But no. I'm definitely gonna be playing with them more and more, especially now that I'm understanding that like maybe they just really need heat. I think so. I really think that all of these need heat to get the rose, and with this one, all the plums and strawberries to actually open up for it to kind of show its glory. But Oud McNoon, man, right now that's my number one pick. What do I have here? Something else. I don't know. I'm covered in fragrances. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. That was it for my comparison of these three. They're not easy to compare. Okay, they're just really not. Middle Eastern fragrances are not easy. Period. But there you go. So do subscribe for more information. Till next time. Bye, guys.